It's that time of the year again where we start becoming really, really bad for some reason. Hello and welcome back to more Careering Onwards with me, Mr. Grand 2, here at Borussia Mönchengladbach as we get towards the tail end of the season that started relatively okay, came with a lot of promise in the middle, and well, it seems perhaps maybe to be trailing off a bit. Since last time then, we have played 3 pretty massive games in the Bundesliga and we have not won any of them. It's our worst run for quite a long time. Still a bit of a hangover after being knocked out of the Europa League by Borussia Dortmund, I think. But we started off probably the worst result of the entire season. A 2-0 defeat at home to Hoffenheim, a team right with us in contention for Champions League football. It was a disaster, really. We were rubbish. We didn't turn up at all. Absolutely useless. And then a 1-0 defeat to Borussia Dortmund. They have now appointed Marco Silva as their manager. Again, we were woeful. Didn't deserve anything out of either of those matches. Very disappointing indeed. But we then played Bayer Leverkusen, and again it was frustrating. We took the lead. It was a deserved lead, but then we binned it off. Fedor Shalov getting the goal for them in the 75th minute. A draw, better than a defeat, obviously, but we should have got all 3 points, and the fact that we didn't is not very good. So why the collapse? Well, I do think injuries have played a huge part of it. Obviously, in the last episode, Josh Tymon did break his leg and will miss the rest of the season. That's a real frustration. Hiroki Abe also broke his leg, or fractured his leg. He's going to be out for most of the rest of the season, you would think. Breland Bolo, he sprained his knee ligaments, so it's not too bad. He will be back in 2 weeks. He should be back for the Leipzig game, actually, after the international break. Of course, Kellick still has his broken arm, which is clearly affecting his performance too. It's just been quite frustrating how things have gone. Now, luckily, some other results have gone our way a little bit. Hoffenheim lost their game today. Bayern Munich actually lost a game as well. But the worst form of the top 5 sides is, for the first time in a long time, now us. We are still in second, but we're now level on points with RB Leipzig, which looked very unlikely a few weeks ago, but they've chased right up. 3 points behind a Hoffenheim they've already played, luckily, which is good, but Dortmund closing the gap quite a lot. We're still 8 points clear of Dortmund, but that could well be cut down quite a bit by the end of today's episode. Because, of course, we are going to be playing Bayern Munich first of all, away from home at the Allianz Arena, or the Stadion München, as it is now called. And then after the international break, which we'll skip through, we will play RB Leipzig. So the team above us, the team directly behind us, and anything we get out of these games, I think, would be very good indeed. I'm not expecting much. Right then, the team obviously a bit worse for wear in terms of injuries. Kragno is going to be in goal. Braderick is going to be at left back. He's not been playing very well. Let's tell him off. It worked when we did it with Josh Tymon. Let's try it now. He says he's going to improve. We'll see if he does. Ginter and Elvedi still doing fine at centre-back. Dagba's going to come in at right-back because Kellick is not looking particularly fit. Midfield is fine. Guendouzi, Zakaria and Ivanusic have been playing pretty well. Although saying that, let's just check. I have a feeling... Oh, okay. I take it back. Ivanusic, recent form, not good at all. You can be told off as well. But the issue, really, is the front 3. Harry Wilson, his early promise has trailed off quite a bit, so we'll tell him off as well. And then the issue is that Mbolo, who has been in really good form, his injury has potentially cost us Champions League qualification. La Quintana has been pretty awful, it's fair to say. We'll tell you off as well. And then Pinamonti, we told him off last time. He responded with 3 goals over the course of the episode. We need to do the same thing again because he has not been delivering. So with all that scolding done, let's see if we can get a good result here against Bayern Munich. We know how good they are. We know how strong they are. We got a draw last time. I think let's see what we can do. I'm going to go with this because I don't want to put too much pressure on them. I think the Leipzig game is more important. The league title's gone. We're not winning the league title. So, even if we beat them and close the gap, we'll be closing the gap to a still pretty significant margin. Pavard with the header, which Kragno saves. But yeah, the most important thing is to try and get a good performance and don't do stupid things like that. Luckily, Elvedi clears it off the line, but that was pretty horrendous. Well, it's fair to say we've offered absolutely nothing, but then we haven't seen anything else from Bayern Munich either. We seem to be holding them at bay, and that has got to be an excellent thing. Anything from this game would be fantastic. But I don't think that's going to be the case. I think it's only a matter of time before they score, working it very nicely. Vital is in. Well, the defence have managed to keep him at bay again. Great block from Elvedi, I think it was. And what a rare piece of venturing into the Bayern half from us. Guendouzi back to Elvedi. Over the top for Pinamonti, he's in. And it's a brilliant save from Neubel, to be honest. Didn't make the right choice, really. Pinamonti should have gone the other side. Corner comes in. La Quintana forces another save. Some signs of life from the players that we've told off. La Quintana again cuts inside to Guendouzi. Dagba's there on the right. Bit of room for him. Back to La Quintana. He's lost out to Vital. Elvedi cleaning up. Hopefully doesn't lose the ball. Finds its way back to Cragno. And then Ginter can go down the left-hand side. Bradaric running forwards. Good ball from him needed. Finds Ivanusik. Back to Guendouzi. Going a bit backwards here. There's space available. Bradaric, can he put a ball across? He finds Harry Wilson. And there we go. Players that we told off combining to give us an unlikely and not entirely deserved lead. But Bradaric needed a bit of form. Lovely back heel. Harry Wilson cutting inside with a fine finish. The Welshman gives us the lead on the hour. I mean, we can just see this out. It would be nothing short of miraculous. It's not about chasing Bayern down. That's not going to happen. The title's done as far as I'm concerned. What it is making sure we don't slip out of the Champions League places. Free kick from Harry Wilson, bouncing all over the place. And La Quintana firing home. And everyone getting involved that we told off before the game. I mean, well, managerial genius. Don't say that, it's not over yet. Spilled from Neubel. And La Quintana is there to smash it home. And time is ticking away. We've not made any substitutions. Probably ill-advised. And here come Bayern. Maya on the ball. Lewandowski off the bench. Cleared by Elvedi. We're trying to push them back. Diego Dallo. Lots of space for him. It comes down to Marcus. And, well, they get it away for now. Alaba, though, puts the ball across. And Vujovic heading over. And I think we're going to do it. There's a corner. I'm going to make a sub. And that is to take off Harry Wilson. Because I do not want him to get injured. He's going to take a corner before going off, and it's Pinamonti hits the post. Goodness me. Another corner coming in from right, I think the time is just about going away. We're going to take off Guendouzi as well, because we can't afford for him to get injured. We'll take off La Quintana as well, and the time has gone, and we have completely upset the odds, it's fair to say, and beaten Bayern Munich. Well done. I mean, telling people off does work. Excellent stuff. That was more like it. We've had 3 very poor results, 2 in particular, but that is completely unexpected, but completely brilliant. So we cut the gap to Bayern to 9 points, which means absolutely nothing. They're, as I say, we're not going to catch them. But the most important thing is we are now 3 points clear of Leipzig and 6 points clear of Hoffenheim. And most importantly of all, we are still, although they haven't played their game in hand yet, 11 points clear of Borussia Dortmund. Right, we'll see what Dortmund do in their game in hand, and then we'll go through the international break. I'll show you the results of the France games in the World Cup qualification. We're playing Lithuania and Ukraine. You would hope and expect that we'd get 6 points out of that one, but then we'll focus on the RB Leipzig game. Well, okay, Dortmund playing our rivals Köln, and they're doing us a very nice favour indeed. I mean, they're right up there actually. They're in 5th. They're not out of certainly conversation for the Europa League spot, but they've beaten Dortmund, and it means that the gap back down to 5th is 10 points as far as we're concerned. That is what we need to maintain if we want to get into the Champions League. Simone Inzaghi's been sacked by Schalke as a result of that one. I mean, maybe you should have hired me instead. And that was a pretty successful international break. 4-0 win over Lithuania and a 1-0 win over Ukraine. So we top the group with maximum points. At the other teams in the group, Montenegro and Bosnia and Herzegovina. If we don't qualify for the World Cup, then I don't think a sacking is enough. I think I should be hung, drawn and quartered. Right then, back to our regular club business. RB Leipzig in the league, another huge match for us. Hopefully Hoffenheim and Dortmund can drop points as well. Just as a quick aside as well, I want to mention we talked about Patrick Vieira briefly in a few episodes ago. There's two managers, coincidentally both former Borussia Mönchengladbach managers in the save, who are just going around and around and around sort of similar level of clubs in Europe. Rui Ferreira is, of course, Jose Mourinho's former assistant manager. Well, he's done exactly that. He was at Athletic Bilbao. He then went to Napoli, Mönchengladbach, then Lazio, now Schalke. I mean, from what I can tell, keeps getting sacked and then just keeps getting a new job somewhere else. And then the other one is Didier Deschamps. He's currently in charge of Wolves, but he's been around the houses as well since he left France. Again, he was in charge of Lazio. He's in charge of Borussia Mönchengladbach. He was in charge of Villarreal, and now he's in charge of Wolves. Keeps getting sacked. So, there's hope for us if things don't go well at Mönchengladbach. We can just get a job anywhere, really. Right then, no such luck in terms of results for us, though. Hoffenheim win. Borussia Dortmund win as well. Let's just quickly check how that's affected the table. Now, luckily, our goal difference is quite good. Obviously, Bayern Munich's is better, but we're better than everybody else in that regard. So even if we lose to Leipzig, we'll still stay second, and we'll still be 3 points clear of Hoffenheim, and then Dortmund, obviously, because they lost their previous match. We are still pretty clear with them. A win today would do us the world of good after the win against Bayern Munich, especially as well. Harry Wilson got a bit of an injury over the international break, which is unfortunate, so he's not really fit enough to start. Embolo is back, and he's probably fit enough for the bench, if nothing else. That's the problem, is that I don't really have anyone to replace Wilson apart from Van der Reyt here, who he has played a couple of games off the bench, and he's done about as well as an emergency backup on loan from PSV probably would do. Kellick is just about recovered as well, so he can come in. I don't want to risk Harry Wilson because I think a lot of these games are far more winnable than this one. Obviously, winning this one would be huge, but we need to make sure we don't slip up in any of the subsequent games as well. So I'm not really sure what the thing to do is. We could always bring him off the bench if need be, or we could play him in the first half. I think it's probably sensible to bring them both him and Embolo off the bench and not risk them from the start. Anyway, Kragnow's going to be in goal, Bradaric, Ginter, Elvedi and Kellick the defence, Guendouzi, Zakaria and Ivanusic the midfield, and then Wamanga Tuka is going to be on the left-hand side. He can kind of play there, Lacointana on the right, not most commentator-friendly names, and then Pinamonti up front, Embolo and Wilson on the bench if we need them, and I expect we probably will. I'd just like to say thank you to whoever's Wales manager for causing that issue for us. Anyway, Leipzig, they've still got Ibrahim Konate, got Wendell, Mukalele is really quite good at right back, Tyler Adams, some decent players, lots of regens as you would expect for a team that likes youth production. Jorg Heinz or Henze, he is good. He is very good. They got Ishikawa in attacking midfield, also very good. And then up front, they've got Sujnajar, who we sold them, you might recall, in the summer on the cheap. And again, looks good. Finishing of 10 though. Finishing of 10. He'll obviously get an undeserved hat-trick because it's Football Manager. That's just what happens. We owe them after last time. I kind of forgot about that, but we did lose. That was one of our only defeats in a sort of good run. But yeah, some revenge at home would be really quite nice, and we're coming forwards early on. A goal would settle the nerves early on, as long as we then didn't concede. Bradaric on the left-hand side puts the ball across the face of goal. I'm not sure if it was a cross or a shot, but whatever it was useless. Again, I'd be happy to avoid defeat. That's the most important thing. Here come Leipzig though. Well, Lacointana manages to pick it up, the loose ball, and Pinamonti's on his bike. Beats one. Can he find a good cross in? He can. And Wamanga Tuka, Silas on the left-hand side. It's not his natural position. He's not left-footed, but he's in the right place at the right time. Great work from Pinamonti, reminiscent of some of the runs that Sebastiano Esposito used to make for us at Leicester. And Silas is there with a finish at the near post to give us the lead. Right, free kick from Ishikawa, and obviously the most predictable goal in the entire save so far. Radovan Sujnajar he's scored. Well, he's headed it in, so that's why he scored. He can't finish, but he can head. That's just so annoying. And they're going to score again now, aren't they? Maybe not. He bounces back all the way to Wendell, the left back. He goes all the way back to the goalkeeper. So maybe we can get a bit of possession and break out of our own box a little bit. Maybe not. Mukalele has to go back. We're putting some good pressing on them, hoping for a bit of a mistake here. Probably going to find a way through it. And there we go. We're completely out of position, and they can then get a lot more room. Henze on the left-hand side flings it across. Bradovic with a poor header. It bounces down to Ishikawa. And remember a few minutes ago when we were winning, how fun that was? That was fun, wasn't it? That was fun. Not anymore. They've got some good regens, it's fair to say. Sabitzer across Ishikawa. I mean, that was just too good, really, wasn't it? Can we get an equaliser before half-time? That would be really nice if we could. Kellex goes inside all the way to Ginter, who does something very stupid. I don't even want to watch, really. Well, Bradovic manages to make up for it, and he's kind of been crowded out, and he's lost it again. That was all over the place. And now Ishikawa can run on, finds Henze again. We're being a bit murdered here. Mukalele with a shot. Luckily, he's a right back, and it doesn't go in. Do we go attacking? I think we're probably going to have to. Otherwise, we're not going to find much of a way back in. They're clearly attacking us, so let's just attack them. Fight fire with fire and just go for it. Throw in on the left-hand side. It's not Josh Timon anymore, unfortunately, because he's injured. But Ivanusic steals in out of nowhere like a little ninja, little Croatian ninja. Bamboozles the defence. Gets a little bit lucky with a poor clearance. But you make your own luck, smashes it past Gordau, and we're right back in it. But there's immediately a highlight from kickoff that looks to be going Leipzig's way. Henze on the left-hand side dances through. Cragno with a strong hand tip it round for a corner. There's still plenty of time. I feel there's going to be lots of highlights in the rest of this game. It just has that feel about it. Bradovic gets the ball back from Pinamonti, goes for a shot. Probably should have looked for a pass. And with 2-2, this is good. I'm happy with 2-2. That would be absolutely fine if we can hold on. Tavares, who caused a lot of problems, scored the goals in the previous match against them, goes all the way across the pitch to Mukalele. Can he find a ball across? He can't. And now Silas is running away. He's beaten one. He cuts inside, goes for a shot again. Not the right decision, but a bit more positivity from us. 20 minutes to go. Kelleck is on a 6.2, and that's bad. So he's going to come off for Colin Dagba to try and maybe shore up that right-hand side a little bit. I think the fact that Kelleck was being attacked quite a lot will put Dagba onto a defend duty. Hopefully that will help. And Tavares is not going to be causing us any problems today because he's now injured. And the game's doing this sort of weird stuttery thing it does whenever you make a substitution whenever I'm recording, which is frustrating. You have to make subs, game. You have to do that. Anyway, they're coming forwards again. Mukalele, we block him with Ginter, and potentially a chance to hit them on the counter again. Going attacking seems to have helped a little bit. It makes us a bit quicker at getting the ball back and then using the ball. Silas again with another good effort. Very close. He's done well today on the left-hand side. I've not even thought about bringing on Wilson and Mbolo. I'm going to take off La Quintana and bring on Mbolo. I don't want a recurrence of his injury, but there's only a few minutes left, so hopefully it'll be okay. Pinamonti with a good chance from the corner. And Sabitzer now on it. Leipzig looking to break back. Mukalele in towards Adams. We're pressing them pretty quickly again, but it feels like they're going to find a way through. Elvedi with a poor clearance. Ishikawa gone all the way back to Sabitzer on the right-hand side into Mukalele. Sujnajar's there, and we managed to scramble it away. And I'm not going to make the final sub, I don't think. I think let's just get through without any injuries. A 2-2 draw with Leipzig is a very good result indeed, especially given how we started that. I'm going to say I'm very pleased with them for salvaging a draw there. Well done, boys. Well done indeed. Well, that was a pretty breathless match, and 2 unexpectedly good results given the form leading into it. We are on 57 points now with not 10 games to go. I'm still a little bit confused about the fact that there's 4 fewer matches. with 6 games to go. We are still in second. We are 3 points clear of Leipzig. That's been kept the same. 4 clear of Hoffenheim. And most importantly of all, we are 8 points clear of Köln. Back in 5th place. We are hopefully going to qualify for the Champions League. It's not done yet though. We've got quite a few games still left to play. I will play the games against Hertha, Freiburg, Augsburg and Hannover 96. And then I'll play the games against Schalke and Köln as well. But they will actually be in the next episode. So you get to see them. Isn't that nice? A lovely treat for you all. And that'll wrap off our first season here at Mönchengladbach and our first season in Germany. And hopefully we can end with Champions League football. And then we'll have a look at all the sort of stuff, financials, all that kind of stuff. See if we get, or what money we might get for the summer. We'll also have a look at jobs as well. Because, I mean, I would, if we do get in the Champions League, I'd be very happy to stay at Mönchengladbach for another season. But I think if there is a vacancy somewhere else, a bigger club, with maybe more money, a better squad, whatever, then we'll certainly listen to it, especially if it's in the Bundesliga. But that is going to be next time. Thank you very much for watching this one. Leave a like if you enjoyed it. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the last episode of the season. Can we secure Champions League football? Can there be some sort of late collapse from Bayern Munich and we can steal in and take the title? I seriously doubt it.